Now we're on to section 9.5, adding, subtracting, and multiplying radical expressions. When we go for adding and subtracting, you can only combine them if they are like radicals, which means that they have the same index and the same number or expression under the radical. As a note, sometimes the radicals have to be simplified before they can be combined. On letter A, we do have like radicals. They're both square root of 5x. So just like any other variable, the radical value is not going to change when you combine them. So what you have is you have 3 square root of 5x's plus 7 square root of 5x's for a total of 10 square root of 5x's. So you do not change the value under the radical when you're adding or subtracting. So on letter B, we just combine the coefficients. 5 minus 8 plus 1. 5 minus 8 plus 1 is negative 2. Cube root of 11. Always be careful with your notation. Make sure you're keeping the 3, so it's a cube root. Letter C, we do not have like radicals. 20 and 45 are not the same, but they can both be simplified. So I'm just going to carry down the 3. 20 is 4 times 5. 45 is 9 times 5. And the reason I chose to use 4 times 5 for 20 is because I know the square root of 4. Same thing with 9 times 5, I know the square root of 9. So you're picking numbers that you know the square root of. So we have 6 square root of 5 plus 24 square root of 5, making 30 square root of 5. Part D, again, radicals are not like, but I can do a little bit of simplifying first. So 12 is 4 times 3. X to the third, I can break that down into x squared and x. So square root of 3 and square root of x, I don't know either of those, so I'm going to put them back together. The square root of x squared is just x, and then I'm going to put the 3 and the x, this 3, this x, together. So 2 and 6 makes 12. And now I have like radicals. They're both the square root of 3x. 12x minus 5x is 7x square root of 3x. Part E does not have like radicals. 2 square root of 11 plus 8 square root of 6. Not only do they not have like radicals, but the radicals don't simplify. So this one, we just simply say it cannot be simplified. Letter F, we have cube roots this time, so we need to think about perfect cubes. So 54 is 27 times 2. X to the fourth is x to the third times x. And then I have 5x cube root of 2x. That one does not break down any. Then I have cube root of 16x, so that one does break down. I have x in front, and then 8 times 2 and x. So what I have is negative 3x, so this x over here, cube root of 2x, plus 5x cube root of 2x, and then plus 2x cube root of 2x. All of the radicals are cube root of 2x's, so I go ahead and combine negative 3 plus 5 plus 2, which is going to equal 4. And then letter G, Simplifying, the square root of a squared, I would be able to solve that. The 6th root of b to the 3rd, that one I want to actually make it into its rational exponent first. So it's b to the 3/6, which is the same thing as 1/2. And then b to the 1/2, that's the square root of b. So I have 2a square root of b minus 5a square root of b, which equals negative 3a square root of b. Oops. There we go. When it comes to multiplying, we're going to distribute or FOIL and apply product rules as needed, and then check if our answer can be simplified. So letter A is distributing. So I'm going to take 3 square root of 6 minus, and it's going to be 2 square root of 6 times the square root of 6. Well, square root of 6 times square root of 6 is 36 underneath the square root. And the square root of 36 is 6, so that's going to be 3 square root of 6 minus 12. Part B, distribute. So 5 cube root of 4 plus cube root of 2 times the cube root of 4, which is the cube root of 8, which equals 2, which is plus 2. Part C, we get into a FOIL problem. So I'm going to multiply first outer 8 times 7 square root of 2, inner, and last so we get 56 square root of 2 minus 15 square root of 2 minus 21 square root of 4. Like terms, 56 minus 15 is 41. Square root of 4 equals 2. So 21 times 2, that's 42. Combining 40 minus 42, we get negative 2 plus 41 square root of 2. Part D is also a FOIL problem. Remember, you cannot distribute the squared when there's a plus or a minus. So this is really the problem times by itself. So I'm going to FOIL. I'm not going to write out quite as many steps this time. Combine like terms. Solve out those perfect squares. So 25 times 7, that's 175. So plus 2 is 177, plus 10 square root of 14. Part E, we are actually multiplying together conjugates. Remember that conjugates are when you have the same expression with the opposite sign in the middle. And so what's going to end up happening here is a little bit of canceling. And this is actually going to lead nicely into our next section because those cancel, and 25 is a perfect square. We actually just get a whole number answer of 59.